haven't done that. That was the first time. I had my phone out because I was checking out that Red Sky at Night Sailor Delight. Did anybody check that?
Yeah, that would be mortifying, but I think it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Next time I will.
We'll call it Boogie Nights.
Boogie. Oh, that's cute.
Thank you.
That's good.
I always like to do that.
Hello. That was good. That was good.
All right, what else?
I got another one that I was at Sephora. This is not a plug because I was a little upset. I do love Sephora, though.
Well, for those of
That's
you,
a makeup
what is
place.
Sephora? Okay, cool.
Well, because you guys are boys, so you wouldn't know what that is. Okay, so I walked in to do a return, and may I say I purchased hundreds of dollars of things on that particular slip. And I returned this item, and I was asking about some other product that they had, and I said I didn't like the way they were selling it, and she looks at me and goes, "Well, that's really too bad for you." I'm like, "What did you just say to me?" And then she walked away. I'm like, what a wretched bitch. She probably had to be there, but it was really sad.
She had to be there. She was working. I'm sorry she had to be there.
Yeah, it wasn't very nice.
She should be polite while she's working. What card did you just hand?
Rafi just handed me a card, and he said, I should have given her a can of kosher Pesach whoop ass.
That's hilarious.
That's great,
That's really,
Rafi.
now you're in the game.
Yeah, he's in the game, man.
I'm ready.
That's cool.
Yeah, we got it.
That's super cool.
Okay, so, we really should be getting to some, entertainment from Bobby.
I don't know if it's entertainment, but this is one of my favorite things to do is talk about some of the other podcasts on Alive and Social. And one of the things that I've been talking about the last couple of weeks is the father-daughter team of BT and Lydia Turner. Very cool. Where they demystify the word foodie for the sake of good food and drink in the Twin Cities. Each week, heavy hitters of the service industry open up and discuss the vast and diverse food, wine, and cocktail scene in the Twin Cities. Please visit aliveandsocial.com and listen to and subscribe for Foodie Friday. Back to us, Not So Kosher, Live and Social. We are here. Love it.
Yeah, that's
Standing O.
I mean, we're badass. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Dude, that is such it validates us.
It does.
There's a crowd of hundreds of people out here.
I see them.
I know.
They're all
amazing.
watching us right now.
I think we really. I mean, did you have anything you want to really?
I do. Normally you do the juicy news. When you're ready for that.
No, I want to do Rafi.
Okay, but when we
know
come
you
back.
do.
I'm sorry. I want to do Rafi.
Rim shot whenever you have or applause. Or there we go. Love it.
And we're done because
okay,
he's Jewish.
That's cool. No, I'm super excited. We have a really cool guy, and I have a series of questions for you, if it's okay. Nothing too heavy to start off.
Dude, I didn't even get to talk about him or anything yet.
Do you want to?
Can I just really quick?
I
just want to give you a little outline on the.
I love it.
Mr.
Sure.
Rafi.
Yeah, let me know who Rafi is.
Okay.
Honestly, I have no idea.
I know. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Rafael Forbush. He will be at Bethel Synagogue next Tuesday, October 13th at 6 o'clock for NCJW's Conversation About Race.
Very cool.
I can't wait to go to. You should be coming with me, too.
I'll go.
He is one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met at the young age of 29, which is just crazy to me. You have to keep your eyes on this one. He's an entrepreneur, active member of the Twin City Jewish community, serving as head coach and mentor at various youth organizations for over 10 years. God, I couldn't even get that in one breath. He has worked at the Newman School, Highlander Minneapolis Jewish Day School, St. Paul Talmud Torah, Twin Cities Jewish Middle School, and the St. Paul JCC. Holler.
Chala.
Chala. You say that so much better.
Sorry.
Raphael was raised as a person of color in a Jewish home, and he attended Jewish day school through the middle of 8th grade. He has been a member of the Beth Jacob congregation since the early 90s and currently serves on the board of directors of Jewish Family Service of St. Paul. Again, Chala. Through his work as a multimedia producer and public speaker, Rafi shares his unique perspective to create awareness for issues related to race, religion, and the intersection of the two. Please welcome Rafael Forbush.
Wow, big applause, everybody.
Thank you.
So here's a
Very
cool
much.
thing. You and I go way back. I feel like I've known you for like 7 minutes.
Awesome. It's mutual.
So I want to make sure that people understand that you have so much going on, and we do appreciate you coming in tonight. So we have a lot of things we want to get through, but I always want to start from the beginning, the early years. So if you don't mind, give us a little bit of your family life. Where should we start? Tell us about your beginnings.
Sure, yeah. I was adopted at a really young age, 6 weeks.
Wow.
And brought here into a Jewish family, as you said. and was raised in a Jewish community, and it's had its ups and downs,
For sure.
but I think in the end, I'm in a very good place.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I almost said Mazel Tov, which would have been really weird. But since we are not so kosher,
really.
maybe it would have been appropriate. So, growing up, who made the biggest impact on your childhood?
I think the people who made the biggest impact would be, well, my mother, my father, and my sister. Kind of all played different roles, played their roles very well, I would say. And then have always been supportive since I was very young. So
Cool. What school did you go to?
I went to the St. Paul Talmud Torah Day School.
What was that like for you? What kind of vibe was Talmud Torah like?
I didn't know any different, but so it was school.
Like,
it was just school.
when did you start reading, speaking Hebrew?
They started teaching us how to read the alphabet in kindergarten, I believe, and then kept on going. So
Sports had to been like a major thing for you, right?
sports were huge.
So, what did you play?
You name it.
Really?
I played it.
What did you?
What did I enjoy the most?
Yeah, exactly.
Soccer, I bet.
My most passionate sport is basketball.
Basketball.
Oh.
What
So then you weren't a wrestler if you were a basketball player.
No.
I was going to say.
No.
there's-
Really?
Yeah. No, same season.
They don't go.
Same
Oh,
season. I had to quit
oh.
basketball to be a wrestler because I was too
Got it.
short. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what position, if you don't mind?
I was a point guard.
Point
Yeah.
guard. You ran the team.
Yeah. Now a
it.
Is
coach.
point guard a good
Cool.
spot to be in as a
It's
position?
it's like the quarterback.
It is a
yeah,
quarterback.
it's the
for
point
sure.
guard.
Oh, I'm a quarterback.
Ricky Rubio. He's the Ricky Rubio.
Oh, you're cool.
Thank you.
So, did you do the whole USY, BBYO, or were you not into that?
I did a few events. It was around the time when I had left my Jewish school and kind of started going to the public school stuff, and so I I was in and out of those programs, mostly USY though.
Cool. How did Judaism shape you as a person?
Well, I strongly believe in the values that they teach. I think it's through the school that I went to. I credit them for the way that they mold brains for critical thinking and the way of breaking things down and the way you're supposed to do things with studying Torah. It's really, I think, been a huge advantage, especially with what I'm doing these days, is really kind of taking the situations that we're going through. We all hear about race, and start breaking it down into a much smaller sections so we can start digesting things.
I've read a lot about you. You seem to have a lot of involvement in the Jewish community, and I love that you have a strong connection to working with kids.
Yeah.
So you've been a coach, a mentor. So how many kids have you worked with, if you could, right?
Well, I've been working with kids for over 10 years, and I wouldn't have worked a day with any of those kids had it not been for my now supervisor and mentor, Hector Steiner. Who,
You didn't tell me that one.
Yeah, he believed in me when I was in a very dark place and thought that maybe working with kids would help encourage me, and it has, and it's never stopped. Good. So I've been working with them as started as an assistant coach and just kind of come when you can to basically lots of deals and options thrown at me every day, and I'm very grateful for that.
That's really cool. So you also have sort of a music background. I just want to touch on that a little bit. At what age, who were some of your influences, musical influences, when you were growing up?
It's really interesting. I like pretty much all music. I can appreciate it all. My first true experience with music wasn't actually the music part of it, the part that really stuck out to me to really pursue what I'm doing. It was at our house. It was in our backyard. There was a wedding ceremony, and they had rented a sound system, but it didn't occur to them that somebody has to run the sound system. And I think I was probably 8 or 9. There's ways to check, but I don't know what it was. I just jumped up and I said, "I can do it.
I got this."
Yeah,
Right.
And it's pretty much what I still do.
From that point on, did you play any instruments?
I tried taking piano, and I can still pick out some songs, but no.
Cool. Do you check out the local music scene?
You know what? I've been starting a little bit, but not for the most part. Really, hadn't had much time.
That's cool. No, it's all good.
Yeah.
I know who you like growing up, right? Little Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy
Right.
Bootsy
Because
Collins.
break it down for us, Grant. If we could put a camera on this guy, the robot, like very cool, very, very, very cool. So
play it out.
I'm,
I could play
I'm
it
laughing for the hell of it, but I really don't know who you guys are talking about.
Bootsy Collins is a
Sorry.
really cool artist, very cool. But let me get back to this. I've got some more questions, and then we're going to wrap it up and talk about a really cool event that I know that you're really proud of. So. I know you have a collaboration with Robert Robinson.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Lullabies from the Heart.
Lullabies from the Heart is a project that was really it was started with the idea to target people who are in the nursing home to try to help ease people who may have dementia or Alzheimer's, bringing songs that might things that they'd recognize. We worked really hard on this project and took songs that I think everybody would know nowadays and turned them into kind of slow songs of comfort. And when I came up with this idea for this project, there was nobody who fit the voice that it needed better than Robert.
How would you describe his voice?
I would describe his voice the same way that the best describe it, and he's God's canary.
Oh, that's really cool.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
So where do you see yourself 4 or 5 years from now? What would you like to be doing?
That's tough. Just a couple months ago, or just a month ago, I wasn't even a teacher at this school, so things change so quickly. But I hope to continue to work with kids, have this business continue to be successful, running different parties and events, and coming up with some more projects and things like that. So, continuing on this path and really working on communicating with people and talking about these topics that are making so many people uncomfortable. Race.
And we're gonna wrap up with that. But I know Grant had a question for you.
I just had one question. You said you just started teaching a month ago. What are you teaching now?
I'm teaching physical education.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I get to teach 2nd, 3rd, and 4th graders.
Awesome.
And then I get to teach another, with Hector, I get to teach a team sports class. And then I also this is a really fun class for me, but I get to teach about 12 to 13 7th and 8th grade girls. We're in a fitness and wellness class, which is an elective. And I have the challenge of encouraging these young girls to work out and to see the benefits of that for now and the future. So,
Awesome. And then you were talking earlier about coaching basketball.
Yeah.
What age level? I mean, I coached youth wrestling for a long time, from first graders all the way to junior high, 7th and 8th grade, and it's a lot of fun teaching kids. At times, you can feel like a parent. But what age group are you dealing with, and what's the most gratifying part of it all for you?
I think I'm a tough coach. I know that. I'm a really tough coach.
I find that shocking, actually.
Yeah, you seem like a gentle soul, to be honest.
Yeah.
Tough love, you mean, or like?
I'm like the older brother that will just kind of, I won't hit you in the back of the head, but with words, I'll tell you, listen, you're making the wrong choice. Let's figure it out. However, I think what I do is I encourage people to recognize their mistakes and try to right them.
Awesome.
But I've worked with kids as young as I want to say they were first graders. And that's basically just, basic stuff, just body motion. And then all the way up to 8th grade, competitive.
You and I both, man, same ages. Isn't it crazy the difference from the 8th graders to the first grade? First grade, you're working with them, and it's just let's just get them through the day, the emotions of winning and losing. And then you get to the 8th grader, and it's like you got the kid that wants to give it his all, but he's just not physically there. There's just different challenges.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to get familiar with their bodies, and their bodies are changing constantly.
Yep.
I mean, also, school's way different than it was when we were in school, and there's way more pressures, and these kids have a lot to deal with, a lot to do. And I was involved in basketball and other sports, one thing after school. Some of these kids are involved with
ridiculous amounts.
Yeah.
I can't even
full-time
imagine how
jobs
they do it.
besides school
Yeah.
with all their activities, right?
Right.
I don't
And
know.
then hats off to their parents for driving them everywhere too.
Yeah, that's